Okay, I'm back. It's still Saturday. My name is Nayoka Lynn. Welcome back. Okay, so this morning, early this morning, and late last night, some things were brought to my attention. And somebody reached out. I don't know if it was AI, I don't know if it was a scam, but it just brought up some ideas about sharing. So I want to share. I was asked, I was given this whole statement about what she saw, I guess, in my energy field or my life. And was it a scam? Who knows? Whoever's doing it, I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know what their situation or circumstances is, and I'm not going to get angry or judge them. But I helped, I hope. I just gave them some insight on some things. So I'd like to share what I shared. When someone asks you about cleansing your home, cleansing yourself, cleansing from evil spirits or bad energy, let me say this. I was there. I used to think I used to have to cleanse my space, go in there and do the sage and have different crystals and whatever. So look, I'm not anti-sage. I tell you what, you can sage till you can't see a foot in front of you. As long as you have a belief system that is not in alignment with who you truly are, if you have a whole bunch of negative feelings about something, you attract where you are at. I can't express enough. You are an energy, living, electric being. You attract through your vibration, through the frequency that you put out. You attract and create your own reality. Now, it's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. It was for me at one time. But look, if you got a frequency going on, a fear-based belief, and you are fearful about it, you are going to attract more things to be fearful about. I wish I knew that at a very early age. But anyway, so let me start by saying this. Some years ago, it started actually when I was even, I guess, in my late teens or early 20s. I was always sensitive to spirits. And by that time, I wasn't so afraid. I wasn't where I am today, but I wasn't really that afraid. And for a long time, people would pay me to go into their homes and cleanse their homes of bad spirits. Now, when I went in there, did I feel the energy? Yeah, I absolutely did. I absolutely did. And I used to do my thing. No hocus pocus anything. I used to go in and pray with my crystals. I used to go in and move that energy out. I ran an energy out of a townhouse that I was living in. And it was like a gray mist. Yeah. But anyway, and it was a fear thing. It was a fear thing that my youngest boy was going through. And it lingered up in his room, gave him nightmares and whatever. But he attracted it. Okay, so I used to go in these houses and I used to cleanse the houses. But when I was in there, my team at the time would give me what I call downloads about why they were there. And I would address folks and let them know, hey, what I'm shown is you're having feelings about this, whatever. And I would tell them. I didn't realize back then what I know now, the clarity of what I have now. I just know what was shown to me. I'd go in, do my thing, and I would say what was shown to me. But now, I was sitting here this morning, and I was sharing with this person I don't know if it was a person, a real person, AI. I don't know. I don't know who it is. But I shared what I felt about it. I shared a story about when I was living in Baton Rouge. I was asked to go to a lady's house because she felt like her mother was haunting this one particular room in her house. So I agreed to go over there. A friend of mine brought me there, and we sat out in the yard, and she made us tea and all this other stuff. So I went into the room, and I have my high vibrational crystals that I use when I go there. It just helps me be more in tune with what's going on. What I found, oh, there was definitely an energy in there. Energy don't die. What I found was it was linked to her mother, but it was her thoughts, her dumping out all this negative energy while sitting on this sofa in front of a fireplace. I got a vision of her while I was circling the room, and I got a vision of her sitting on her sofa and just really like having all this angst and everything else towards her mom. Listen, your thoughts produce an energy. Every thought that you've ever thought exists. It's energy. It doesn't die. There's a gazillion trillion thoughts out there floating around. In here, everywhere, there are thoughts. Where your vibration is, where your frequency is, determines which ones you attract. So, once I found out what the problem was with the room, because yeah, there was definitely a negative energy in there, but it was her own doing. Yeah. So I shared that with her, and I instructed her to do a few things that my team told me to tell her to do, and I hope she realized that she put that there. It wasn't her mother's spirit there to haunt her, you know. Look, we attract what's around us, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people want a crystal, a sage stick, a hocus pocus something to make everything go away. The only way negative energy is going to escape you, or you escape the negative energy, is if you keep your thoughts in alignment with who you truly are. I remember a time I was petrified to be in a house by myself. Yeah, I got in a relationship quick with somebody because I was afraid to be in that house by myself. Yeah, I was so scared. And my fear just produced more things to be fearful about. So now I like sitting at night almost in the dark. It doesn't matter if the light's on or it's dark. It doesn't really matter. I like my peace. I like my serenity. I treasure that. And sometimes I just focus better that way. I have no problem living by myself, but I remember a time where that was very difficult for me because I was afraid that something was going to haunt me and show up and do something horrible to me. And that's what I got from my early coming up. I was very sensitive to energies, and things would show up and I would just wig out. So anyway, yeah. So we attract different things. And look, you want to wave a sage stick around your house. If you think that's going to benefit you, well, then by all means, go for it. What it will do is it will remove bacteria from your house. Yeah, it's excellent if people around you have a cold or some type of bacterial infection. It removes bacteria. That's what sage does. Do I use crystals? Absolutely, but I don't use them for protection. Now I know a lot of people choose to. Okay, and if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, what happens if there are no crystals? What happens if you stand in a room alone? Do you feel protected? It's important. Yeah. Remember, you attract where you're at. So my suggestion to everybody is, if you're concerned about protection, protect yourself. Examine your belief systems. It matters. It really does. If you walk around your home, or any home that you feel is haunted, and you feel like you need protection from that, if you're in your own home and you have to continually burn sage and put crystals everywhere because you think they're going to protect you, and you're very sensitive, say, to energies, and you know that there's things around you, examine your belief systems. Something is out of alignment in you. You attract where you're at. If you have a strong belief, because look, everything begins with a thought. Your beliefs are thoughts you keep thinking. Now, if you're fearful and you think there's a ghost in your house, okay, that's driven by strong emotion. That's fear. So what the universe is hearing, there's a ghost in your house and you're scared. Well, that's the frequency you're giving off. What do you think you're going to receive? Yeah, you attract where you're at. So I think the ultimate protection is your own frequency, is it not? For my Bible readers, as a man thinketh, so is he. If you feel like you're afraid, if you feel like you're haunted, if you feel like something is definitely going on, examine yourself. Take accountability for the showing up. Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's what I want to say today. Oh, and I will say there's one crystal. It's very helpful in, I guess you could call it negative energy. Shungite. Now, I love shungite. Shungite, I wear bracelets with shungite, and I also, like at night, if I put my phone somewhere, I'll lay that bracelet by it because it absorbs the whatever that radiation that the Wi-Fi puts out. Yeah. So yeah, I would guess that one would be the good thing. Okay. So that's all I want to say today. I hope you are enjoying your Saturday, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. My name is Nayoka Lynn. Namaste.